Hello there, World War YouTube. It is your girl SwimmstaGal coming at you guys with another video. Now, I have chaos going on my desk right now. I have like a bunch of stacks of stickers. I got my planner. And this planner is actually the one that you guys saw in my most recent Sterling ink haul. I'm not sure which order the videos are going to come out in, but I got a B6 undated planner. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should have just gone ahead and gotten it dated for like the second half of the year. But I guess there's something a little bit liberating about it not being dated, because it kind of gives me a little bit more freedom. Like if I skip a month or I'm not in tune, it won't feel as bad because you just plan as you go. But I bought this one to replace my A6 social media tracker, because I want to see how much I can kind of like fit into it, because I'm trying to like, condense my planner stack for next year, because I got a lot and I don't always keep up with all of them, and then I kind of feel like it's a waste. And I shouldn't feel bad because it brings me joy as I'm using them, but I do feel bad when I see like a lot of like empty pages in between uses. So we're trying to prevent that from next year. I want to have like really chunky books next year, so hopefully just keeping it to 2 or a very, very minimal lineup will assist with that. But I'm gonna digress from the yapping, because we know your girl can yap. And we're gonna get started. Now, the thing is, I'm still kind of debating whether I want to do this as a voiceover or if I want to do like a talk through version of it, because I don't have anything mapped out for this. We're going in this blind. Like, all I did was get some stickers that I can use to like date everything. And now I'm just kind of like, how do I want to set this up? So for the most part, and one of the reasons I was also super excited about this one is because I'm going to get to use a lot of my TheCoffeeMonsterzCo stickers. I don't know why. For my A5 Sterling ink, I use the subscription from Sterling ink to like decorate my weeks, decorate my monthlies. And part of me knows that if you want to use a sticker, use it. But because I kept with that theme for so long in the year, that when I was gonna put in do a whole week of TheCoffeeMonsterzCo, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I know, I'm being dramatic. I'm being so dramatic, but I was like, okay, this is perfect. So I get to use my sticker stash while also hopefully making it easier for myself in the next coming year if I do end up liking the way that this sets up. Now, the only thing that happened is that because originally the date cover stickers that I bought were going to be for the A5 cousin that I was redating, but the A5 cousin, I just basically was like, yeah, that one completely left the lineup. I totally forgot that I had only ordered the first 6 months of cover stickers from TheCoffeeMonsterzCo, because I was like, oh, let me see, and then if I keep going with the planner, I'll order the second half later in the year. Since I forgot, since I don't use the A5 cousin, I totally forgot I didn't have those date covers. Luckily, though, I did purchase some printables off of Etsy. I'll have them linked down below, the ones I use, just because I think I cut off the name, and I don't remember off the top of my head what Etsy store or Etsy shop this belongs to, so I'll have them linked down below, and I'll just have like in this case, these are date dots. I'll put date dots and then the link to where I bought them. And I got one that would kind of like go with the month. Now for the month of June, because the first half of the kit does include the 6 months, I do have the date covers, which is kind of nice. But it is a bummer I don't have them for July. But use what you got. I'm going to go ahead and use the date covers for those ones. And the beginning of the page, I was kind of like wondering if I should do like a vision board, like in these 2 pages. Like completely like map it out. So I might do a vision board over these 2. And then I think right behind here is where you start entering like your goal breakdowns. So maybe here I can put the slice of life, like it's a calendar overview for the year of 2025. Or I can do that over here. I can do that right here, so it's not so empty. Yeah, I'm probably going to do it over here in the first page, so it's not so empty. So I don't see myself doing anything too crazy. I usually like to do like washi dashboards, but again, this one's just kind of more of a social media tracker, and I don't want to do too much because sometimes, you know, that kind of just makes it feel more like a chore than anything. But yeah, so I think this is gonna go here. Oh man, it kind of makes me wish I had like foiled stickers, but I don't have very many of those. I have to look through my stash and see if I can find any to decorate on the outside. But this I'm probably gonna put here. Now, one trick that I like to use, because, you know, who doesn't have like, am I gonna put this down here or not? Usually for the back of the stickers, I'm just gonna use a tape gun. So if I don't like the placement of it, it is a lot easier and a little bit more forgiving to go with the tape gun than the sticker itself, like flat on the page. And right here, I'm just gonna do my best to eyeball how I'm gonna place this, because I think that looks good to me. Okay, it doesn't look too bad, honestly, and that's good. That's like a good like yearly reference. Now this is kind of more of a smooth finish. This isn't like matte. This is definitely like more on like the vinyl type. So I was gonna initially use this to like kind of like dot when I do uploads, so I can have like a complete yearly overview when I do it. But it doesn't look like I'll be able to do it this time with this one, so that's not too bad. We're gonna do the vision board here. If you guys would like to see a video of me doing the vision board, just let me know down below, and I will do my best to post that for you guys. These ones I don't know. I don't know what I want to do here, but for now we can leave those blank. For the goal breakdown, even in my A5, I kind of don't really have a like an idea of how to fill this out. I've seen a lot of like videos, but I haven't just like set my mind to finishing it, so I'm more than likely gonna skip this one like I did with the previous ones. Here we're gonna start it off with June, July, and August. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do like the months. Like, do I just write them in? June, July, and August. And then I have to see what the layout is here. I know she has like kits that you can like put in your stickers, like specifically for these, so you don't have to write them down. I did not buy those stickers because, you know, I was like, girl, you have more than enough stickers. So I'm trying to see if maybe if I stack this on top. Okay, that'll work. So I can stack this on top with the number of the month and the month name. Oops, let me go ahead and zoom you guys in. We can leave those out on top right here. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, there's a bit of an intermission here, but we're back to planning in here, and I totally forgot that I had the Happy Planner memory keeping stickers. I was part of the, you know, Happy Planner, what is it, craze back in the day. How old is this thing? I don't even think this definitely doesn't have stickers for 2025, like year wise. Where's the years? So I remember I bought this with the purpose of redating like a very old planner I had. And this one has like all that, like the holiday, oh, let's see, like right here. Wow, 2019, this sticker book is old. But I came across this picture and I was like, oh, this would have been so perfect had I remembered I had this in my stash to place in here instead of doing like the little small monthly headers that I went with, which are these ones. But I do think that these might have come off a little bit bigger. But then that might have been nicer. Like, I like the numbers, they look nice. But there's something about this bold writing that just looks really good as well. So I'm just kind of wondering, do I want to go and swap those out? Actually, no, I'm on June. Now I was kind of debating, like I had mentioned earlier, is using these little date stickers to like line them up here so that I don't have to like manually write it all out. But I'm gonna still have to write out the days, so I'm just kind of like, is it worth sticking all those stickers down if I'm still gonna have to write down the days? Here's what I was kind of debating, whether I wanted to separate the numbers, like with the dates, with kind of like a little bit of a like color that coincides with the theme of the month. So for June, it's like a pink like ice cream thing, and I think the pink would be really good. I think this Tombow in the, I think it's either going to be the color 08 or 800, but I think it's it's the number 800. It's a really nice, very soft pink. So I'm gonna just do 2 spaces right here, and that's just so that I can put the date, the day of the week, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then the actual date itself. So it's just a very, very hard to see but subtle like ink of color. I could probably go over it a second time just to kind of give it a little bit more like oomph. So that did help it pop out just a bit more. I went over it twice. Now if you guys do hear a keyboard in the background, that is my lovely husband who's using his computer, but we're gonna continue on our side. And this is where I was kind of in the debate if I wanted to take the time to stick these down. Now Sterling Ink does sell like the whole is this vertical? Yeah, the whole vertical lines. They were out of stock when I made my order, so I'm gonna have to do this all manually, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. But I was wondering if I should do the numbers like with the stickers, because I have enough stickers for these 3 months. But then I was like, I feel like if I did it that way, it might stand out too much against like the date on the side. And then I'm also kind of debating, do I want to do the number over here and the dates here? Okay, I'm gonna do the days on the far left, and then I'm gonna do the days of the week here. So I'm gonna make sure you guys are zoomed in enough to see, and I'm gonna speed this through so you guys don't have to live through me doing all these stickers. And then depending on how this goes, I might just have to sign up for the restock alert because it's gonna be a lot, but we're gonna see. Alright, so originally I was going to do a line of numbers per month, but that actually took longer than I expected it to. So what I'm going to do is just leave this one line of numbers and reference it for all the months. So instead of doing 2 lines on this one and 2 lines over here, I'm only going to have one for the day of the week, but the number references will be down here. And so that I don't risk putting a day next to the 31, because June only has 30 days, I'm just gonna fill it in with that same pink pen we used to or pink marker that we used to do a little separation line. So we're gonna go here, and I'm just gonna do the days of the week. July is gonna be this really nice blue color. I don't want to do such a vibrant blue, so for July I'm just gonna use this Tombow marker in 451. You guys, I literally just had the ruler here, and now I don't know why I put that ruler that way. I was using it at first, so we're just gonna use a different one. Kind of makes me wish I had like a light gray pen, but I don't have a light gray pen, just so that it wouldn't pop up, because if I use pencil I think it'll transfer to the other side and I don't want that. So let's get into putting the dates. I don't know what colors I'm going to do for August yet, since I'm only decorating June and July. So when I get to August I'll do the August layout. So I'm going to use these cute little icons from Print Plan. She's a Etsy shop that sells printables. So I'm gonna see how these are gonna fit in here. I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit all the icons. Let's see how this is gonna go. I was gonna do these like plain black, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna do the color, so be right back. Alright, so I got the printables in color now, and we're just gonna place these down. Yeah, so these are the habits I'm going to be tracking, or the social media platforms I'm going to be tracking more closely. I do want to add a little bit of a decorative, so I'm like, do I want to do washi up here and then washi down here? I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Alright, that is looking cute, if I do say so myself. So we're going to leave this page like this for now. This one I'm going to come back to, because I just, like I said, I know what I want to use it for. I just haven't figured out the way I want to format that. So we're going to move into our months. originally I was like, man, I should have just gotten the dated one, and then I remember that the dated one is July to December, not June to December. So I was like, oh, never mind. It's a good thing I got this one. And now here's where the debate is, right? Because I have the monthly one for the month of June, but I don't know if these are going to be too big. Dang, yeah, these are going to be too big. I can tell from right here that these date covers are going to be a little mighty. So probably what I'm going to do to jazz it up a little bit is I'm going to get the marker I used, the Tombow brush pen. Do I need to do it that way? You know what, let's just... free-handed. I'm a recovering perfectionist. Bear with me, y'all. Now, most of the planners come like predated, like a Monday to Sunday start, or a Monday start, I mean. I'm going to be swapping this one over to a Sunday start just so it aligns a little bit more with my work schedule. And I'm just going to look for my sterling ink cover, because these ones are really neat. They come with like the date covers for her undated planners. So it's lucky that I didn't really use any of these up in the previous months, because now I got some stock that I can use for this year's stuff. This one was a little smaller than I expected, but this one was bigger than I wanted to go, but I think maybe I should have done it that way. It's all good. We're gonna plan around there. I do have the date covers that coincide with these ones. Just gotta find it. Alright, you guys, I think that's it for the month of June. So here I'm probably going to be posting or like writing down post ideas, and then I'll kind of cross off the ones that do get placed onto here as I film or post on whatever platform that is that I post. I'll make sure I fill up the calendar just again to give me that quick monthly overview. This little section right here is going to be for video ideas potentially leading into next month. So either a plan with me in this case, or other views. I was going to plan for July, but I kind of want to see how this layout's going to work before I kind of like settle in and do July. So we're going to go ahead and just move in to the first weekly page. I was like, that's not that great of a... Alright, so here we can do two things. I could put like that little number thing that we said before. Kind of wonder how these would fit. Nope, they still look too big. And the thing is, I do have like date covers also in printables, so I think these little itty bitty ones right here will probably fit just fine. Kind of want to keep with the pink theme. I don't think these come in a brown. No, they don't look like they come in a brown, so we're gonna go ahead and keep with the pink theme. Monday, Tuesday, Friday. I don't remember what shop these came from. These were also Etsy printables. So I'll have the shop name in the description for you guys below, in case you guys are interested in purchasing these yourselves. And I think these might actually fit. Yeah, these seem to be like the perfect fit, which is awesome because I can go back and check the shop to see if they have other colorways in these. Also, if you want to kind of like skip this route and go the minimalist route, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. This is a cut one. Alright, these come with like dates, or not dates, but like days of the week at the bottom, where you have like Monday to Sunday, and then you have like these small date stickers that you can kind of put in there if you want to go more the minimalistic route, which maybe I do want to go a little bit more minimalistic than doing those date covers, because I have these ones. I could literally, that's so funny. It picked see how we have ice creams here too. That's hilarious. I like that it picked an ice cream thing. We could do these ones. I can also do these numbers that are bigger. I like the ice creams, but it's kind of throwing me off because they're all like a different color. And there's like no green in the ones I have. So no, we're going to go ahead and stick with these ones. Pretty sure these are like from like Plan Pretty or something like that. But you know what? Like I said, I'll have the link down below for you guys in case you guys are interested in checking these out. Hopefully they fit. These are a little bit on the small side. So maybe these will fit. Nope. They're not gonna fit. But let me check the other date covers I have, because these are cute, but I like the formats of these ones better. So we can put these back. Alright, now these ones, I do know where they're from. They're from I Love to Print. So it's I Love to Print from Etsy. And I just kind of prefer the look of these a little bit better. A little bit more. Not me about to make the grave mistake of going Monday first. Now I will say these ones ombre, so obviously the ombre is going to be slightly off since I'm doing a Sunday start to kind of go with how I set up the monthly calendar. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. I just did the very first week that I'm going to be in here, which is the 8th through the 14th. I kind of mapped out when I would like to post stuff. Doesn't necessarily mean that I will. If I was a little bit more organized, right, I would, but this is the goal. So hopefully I can post a TikTok. I didn't put what videos just because, again, that can kind of vary depending on what I film for that particular thing. Most of my filming does get done like on Sunday nights. That's because I have like the most available time to myself, and then I try to edit like sometime on Monday or so I can have the video ready for you guys like Wednesday, because YouTube has been like the one I've been the most consistent with thus far. And then the only other thing I kind of like mapped out here was the washi pre-sale for TheCoffeeMonsterzCo. Again, I'm gonna probably go in there later with a pen and like kind of fill it out and then do a little bit more time blocking, because I think that's gonna probably be a little bit more beneficial to see when I actually have the time to film. So yes, so this one's gonna be kind of like the catch-all. My A5 is a memory keeper, and then I might do a couple of test pages in the back where I'm gonna kind of mimic the week's layout. So whatever I write in my weeks, I'm gonna write there, just again to kind of get a feel of how I'm gonna be able to, if you know that's the route I want to go, where I want to use the B6 and just the A5, and then kind of have this be like the catch-all for like, you know, social media planning on the verticals, and then doing like the horizontal layout in the back for my quote-unquote weeklies. But I think it's going to be really fun to kind of like experiment with all this and kind of see where it goes. So far I am loving it. I like that it goes from 6 a.m. to 12. Like I said, most of the time my editing, my filming gets done in the nighttime, so I know that generally here is I'm gonna have the most time blocking for anything social media related. But yeah, again, I didn't do July just because I want to see how this layout for June works. So if you did actually like this video, make sure to let me know down below with a comment, and I would be more than happy to set up my July and then kind of go over how everything went in this planner in the month of June. I think it'd be really fun to kind of do a quick recap. And then here again, I'm going to do like the social media stats for the month of June. Oh, I was thinking of not doing it, but it's still early on in the month, so I'm just going to go ahead and just write the date I started it and then kind of go from there. So I'm probably going to do June, July, August, and then here would be the overall for these 3 months to see like the difference from like month 1 to like month 3. And then once I kind of figure out if I want to do the same thing with like this, where keep it with the TheCoffeeMonsterzCo theme, I'll definitely add in August. So again, if you guys would like to see that, just let me know and I'll be glad to film it. But yeah, other than that, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I know it's going to be a long one, so bear with me. I'll do my best to minimize it so we're not here for hours like I was. But yes, thanks again. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!